Did you know that Abraham and Sarah did not believe when God promised to give them Isaac? And I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 100 years old, bear? Genesis 17, verses 16 and 17. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and were well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? And the Lord said unto Abraham, Wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I of a surety bear a child, which am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time I will return unto thee, according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And he said, Nay, but thou didst laugh. Genesis 18, from verse 11 to 15. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham his son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son was born unto him. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me. And she said, Who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah will have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. Genesis 21, 1 to 7. But God brushed aside their unbelief, suspended the natural law of procreation, and gave them Isaac. Through Joshua, God suspended the natural law of the setting of the sun and the going down of the moon by almost 24 hours in order to give Israel victory over her enemies. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Joshua 10, verse 13. No wind, no rain, yet God filled a whole country with water, so that Israel and her cattle would not die of thirst in the wilderness of Edom. 2 Kings chapter 3, verses 17 and 20. Jesus brushed aside the possible surgical procedures of an ophthalmologist and opened the two eyes of a man who was born blind. He did the unimaginable. The light of the world covered the eyes of the blind man with mud and told the blind man to go and wash in the pool of Siloam. The blind man obeyed and came back seeing. The standard medical treatment for anyone bitten by a snake is to take an injection of an antivenom, take some antibiotics, and get the wound dressed. But when a viper fastened on Paul's hand in the island of Melita, and the natives expected him to swell up and die, he simply shook off the beast into the fire, and he was not hurt. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, "No doubt, this man is a murderer, whom though he had escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffered not to live." And he shook off the beast into the fire and felt no harm. The laws of gravity were clearly suspended when Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind, and Jesus too was physically carried up to heaven. Since God has not changed and is no respecter of persons, he can replicate any or all of the above supernatural acts in anybody's life. When your packaged miracle is dispatched by God, nothing can stop its delivery. Just believe in what he says and have a right standing before him, and your miracles will keep flowing.